What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode with your hosts, Arran and Chris, for tonight's episode. And I hope you're all doing well. And yeah, let's just jump straight into it. So, what have you got for today, my boy?
Oh, I've got loads. Let me tell you, it's all game related. Now that we've hit the games, but it's all game related. Well, good thing I brought coffee so I can stay awake. We're moving into the game part of the year now, where it's the initial part of the year. Yeah. So, last podcast, firstly, I spoke about I was going to start gaming heavily, doing the platinum stuff and all that, which I'll get onto.
Yeah.
But
I can't wait to hear about that, to be honest.
First of all,
tell me.
Recently seen, there's a new zombie map coming out for Black Ops 6.
Is there?
There is. It's called The Tomb.
Okay.
Okay.
I've got visions in my head.
We'll put up a picture up here.
Okay.
So you guys can see, but I've got a picture that I'll show Chris.
Let me show.
So that he can converse on it.
I'm gonna see if it looks.
This is it here.
I knew it would be like sandy. Sort of.
Well, I know. That's what I think as well. So this is all we've got. So there's not really like anything else now, right?
Okay. Is that all we've got?
That's all we've got.
No video.
Nah.
That's YouTube, mate.
Yeah, I know, but it's just a guy talking about it.
Oh,
so,
right, okay.
So like it doesn't go on to like nothing. He just talks about the photo.
I want to hear you talk. I don't want him to talk.
No, so he just talks about the photo and he speculates as what might be on it.
Right, okay.
But I think, from what I can see, and again you'll see the picture at the bottom.
Yeah.
So obviously starts off like, I guess what I'm thinking is based off the story is it starts off in your higher ups, your main ground in the sand, and it goes down a wee bit. That's like your start. Yeah, so that's like your starting bit. But I reckon there's tombs. When you buy doors, you're buying down the way.
Yeah. When's that coming out?
I think it is either the end of January or the end of February. I get the feeling it's the end of February.
Good, because that's soon.
Yeah, so I get the feeling it's the end of February. And then, but what I think is, it's giving me a Mummy vibe, like the film The Mummy. That's what it's giving me. So it's like a sand.
What's that guy called?
Indiana Jones. Yeah, so that's what it's like. So it's like a sand crater. I reckon you start there, some zombies come out.
Right.
Hopefully they're referenced to where the location, like it looks quite smart.
Mummified zombies and shit.
Wee bit.
That'd be cool.
And then I think as you buy doors down, you'll be working your way down into the tomb. Remember in like the Mummy 1, I don't know if you've ever seen it.
I have, yeah.
Oh, well, surprised.
You're shocked. You're about fell off your chair.
Shocking, right? So I reckon that you'll work your way down into these tombs, into the catacombs or whatever, like right down into the bottom, and eventually it'll hit the bottom, right? And it'll be like some sort of boss, which will be like a pharaoh or something. That's where I'm at. Unsure if that's what we're on or not. Unsure. That's just what I think.
Well, I'm hoping it's good because the last map they brought out wasn't really.
But I loved the last map.
I know you did.
You hated it.
I just didn't. There wasn't anything.
He's a Liberty Fallser. That's all he cares about.
Aye, but the thing is, it's like, just bring the Rise back.
No, bro, I'll be honest. The last map was in my top 3 maps of all time.
Nah.
It was a fantastic map once you get into it.
I just don't like. It's just the vibe isn't really my vibe. Like I'm not really into that type of vibe. I don't even know what to call it. I don't even know what kind of vibe that was.
It was
what kind of
a castle.
Yeah, but like
medieval.
I like medieval though because I play medieval games.
I know, which is what I'm more surprised at.
I just didn't rate. It just looked quite boring.
Needed to. I don't think you played far enough in.
I played a day worth of games on it.
I know, but I don't think like once you. So this is where I was going with this, right?
But the thing is, you do like Easter eggs and shit like that.
But that's what they're about.
Yeah,
that's what they're about.
I just like to do the rounds and enjoy my game.
Aye, but so that's what. So you can do that, and fair enough. The castle map, I don't think I would want to be on it to just do rounds. But the Easter egg in it was fucking amazing. Like the Easter egg in Terminus was the same. So like Terminus personally, like so let's just go through this, right? Liberty Falls is not actually the main map; it was a side map. That was the whole thing. Terminus was the main map, and the side map, just to give someone else something else to do, was Liberty Falls, right?
Out of the 3, I like Liberty Falls.
And Liberty Falls is the best round-based one I like. I don't have to worry about no story. I go in and I shoot zombies.
There is a story in that though, still. Not a
it's very brief. It's just a sort of wee
it's like a side
mission.
Quest type of thing, yeah.
Terminus was great because it like brought back some characters, and as you go into the obviously doing the Easter egg in the story,
I picked up a few characters in there from previous games.
Yeah. So like obviously, and then you get to the big massive monster at the end. You go fight him, blah blah.
That
right?
was scary. That was weird.
Super good, right? Then
that was difficult.
Castle de la Morta or whatever came out.
Yeah.
Which now this is what got excited. This is what I get excited about. So our mate Jordan, me and him and 2 others played it on the first day it came out, right? And so at that time, there is no like guide online or people are rushing to find the Easter egg
Okay.
and how to do it, but no one knows
No,
because it just came out. We've all started at the same time, though. So you've all just got to run about and just be like, what does this mean?
That was a key moment to make videos.
What's this, bro? I'll be honest. We should have streamed it. But this is like there's symbols on the wall. What do they mean? What do they mean? And by the way, it took us 2 big games to do it, and basically we did. So it was 2 big games we did. The initial one, the round got too high and we couldn't figure out what to do. So you basically got elemental swords in the castle one, obviously, and because it was like map related, that was your wonder weapons of swords. So you had to get the 4 swords, and then there was loads of shit to do with the swords. You had to find different items and all that and pick them up. But there's no interact button, so you don't know you can pick these things up. You just have to find and pick things up and make it work, right? So eventually, we got quite far, around 40 or whatever, but it was like too far that we couldn't figure out then what to do with the swords, and we were getting overwhelmed, and you had to be inside the main courtroom, and it was difficult because it was so small. So then we were like, right, well, we died, and we're like, right, we'll play a second game, and let's go in and try and figure out what the fuck we're doing here. There's obviously something, because there was statues and all that. And there was an order to what you have to do. So like each person has to then use the sword on the statue, then give the statue the sword and all that sort of shit, and then it opens it up, right? So we finished that in the second game, which, by the way, these are 3 to 4 hour long games. These were long, mate. We were trailing zombies around the map to try and keep the game going so that they can figure out what the hell they're doing. It was ages.
Yeah, it's mental how zombies now...
You could sit on it for 4 hours, one game.
One game.
One game.
Like, we did that back when they came out.
So this is what I'm saying. So we did it, and you fought the big boss, and the boss was badass.
Yeah.
Like, when I remember seeing it, it's basically there's a big statue in the first courtyard of starting. Big, massive stone statue, this big monster with a big sword. Huge. Like, size of a building. And then we all go back to the courtyard. And that's what, like, triggers the Easter egg. And the monster comes to life. And you fall down into this big lava pit. And you're fighting the monster. And fuck me, it was mental.
Right, okay.
And you didn't really know what was going to happen. So you're just there doing it. But I enjoyed it because there's no guide. You're just winging it. Like, you just got to figure it out, and you're like, what is this monster? Like, we didn't know what this monster was going to be, so you're like, it's cool. So we'll be doing that with a new one, with Tomb. I'm buzzing to do it. I'm absolutely buzzing to do it. Good thing as well is bringing back the PPSH as a gun for Tomb.
My God, really?
For that, yeah. For that
Is
map.
it just for that map? Right,
so.
it better be a fucking good map, because that's my favourite gun.
I know.
So I'm gonna, but yeah.
We'll find out, but that's what they basically have said. So obviously, I'm buzzing for it. Like, I'll be honest, I like a new zombie map. Like, I've been playing all these other games, but I'll jump back to zombies to play a wee while for when the new map comes out. Because I don't really care for multiplayer too much. Like, I'll be honest, personally, it's just fully donuts. It's fully clowns that sit and play all day, and I'm just not about that. So that's my outlook. Like, I like zombies. Zombies is good. Zombies is good fun. But I'm pretty much not interested in the rest of the game.
Right.
And to be honest, I'm like, what, 3rd prestige on just on zombies. That's all I've got my experience on. Like, XP on. I've just played zombies.
I'm prestige 3 as well now.
I've not played really
I think
any
I'm
multiplayer.
prestige 3 level 40 something. I can't remember.
You've been playing a lot of prop hunt, though, eh?
Oh mate, prop hunt's amazing. It's like the best mode ever. Like, it's just so much fun. Because the thing is, you don't really need to do, like, you don't need to really do like a shoot. You don't need to be good at shooting or good at the game.
Yeah.
It's basically.
Well, that'd be why you're playing it.
It's basically it's basically hide and seek, right?
I can see why you're playing it more.
And I'm 29 playing hide and seek. So yeah.
Yeah, so I'm excited for the new map, but I'm hoping that what I find out what the boss is or what I find out how difficult it is, it's cool.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it. I will find the date out, in fact. What we'll do, if the date is out, we'll put at the bottom, when we put the picture up, we'll put what the release date is.
Okay.
And we can do that.
We will do that, yeah. I'll research it later, and if I find it, I'll put it on the
I don't think I've seen the date. I felt it said the 28th of...
Feb?
I feel it was February.
I mean, if it's January, that's like, what, a week away. Canada.
I know, I don't think it was... It might be. It's for season 2 of the Battle Pass.
All right, okay.
I've finished about season 1, so it makes no difference to me. Season 2 come out, I'll put it.
Well, we'll find out later.
But we'll find out. So we'll find out. We'll post it at the bottom. But I'm utmost. I like what they're doing right now. with this shit.
Yeah.
I like what they're doing, like bringing
feel
things
like-
out like that. It's like a story, like it gives you a bit of story and.
I feel like
direction.
they're probably the most attentive and most like
Mate,
community oriented now than they were ever.
they're much more community oriented now than they ever have been. I enjoy it.
It's like that Manor. Well, nothing can really top the Manor Lords developers.
He's very good.
He's fucking amazing.
Guy literally just replies to things and be like, because of this person has putting this forward, I've changed this.
He
What
literally-
a guy.
One guy, I've mentioned this game before, right? One guy made one game. One guy on his own made a game. It's been released. It's sold over 2 million copies.
Mental.
Which is insane. At launch, it sold 2 million copies.
Mental.
Right?
Imagine doing that.
Made it on his own, no team, right?
Oh, imagine doing
And
that.
he replies to every single comment, every single like feedback, suggestion, whatever.
Yeah.
And he puts out frequent, like a one update a week or something. And he
It's a
puts,
full-time job though for him, basically.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
he'll
now
have
that-
to,
I mean-
he'll have to be doing that full time because you'll no
But
way
imagine-
you'll manage that.
So he sold 2 million copies, right? At I think the launch price was $15.99 or $14.99, 15 quid.
It wouldn't be dear, it'd be
No,
normal.
15 is like good. But as obviously you can see with the screenshots and trailer and that, it's a decent
Yeah.
quality game, right? So because Unreal Engine 5 and all that is mint, right?
Unbelievable, yeah.
So 15 times 2 million.
How much do you think he paid to make that? Like how much do you think it cost
mean,
him to use like Unreal Engine 5?
You
and
need to have that. You need to have all the resource packs,
Licenses
packets,
and all that sort of
licenses
stuff,
and all
yeah.
sorts of things.
He'll
So-
have spent money to pay. To
Oh,
make
yeah, it's an investment. You can't just do that with.
But he'll not have like it'll be miles into the positive, I would think.
Oh, mate. Well, can you imagine 2 million? Even if he sold the game for £1, that's £2 million. So
Yeah.
15,
Oh, yeah,
£15
okay, yeah, I
has
see what you're
bought 2 million
That's
sold.
30 million.
Now they've got a team and everything. So
Has he got a team now?
Oh, yeah.
That's cool.
well, with 30 million, you're gonna have.
Hey, he started his own development company. That's
now
bad.
it's like you're chilling. Sold that many, and this makes me think like shit. I should have just started learning on Unreal 5 and just
Coda 9.
fucking drop a game, even if it's just something basic. Just drop it because see on Steam, you can literally make the simplest game like, and people buy it. People love indie games. Like
I just like basic shit.
love it. There was a game that came out, which was basically you're a duck.
I can see it.
You're a duck. Can you kick about on this map and you're just a duck and you're just getting up to all sorts of bullshit on the map, right? You've got your wee duck family in that.
And you
following
get Goat
about.
Simulator and all that as well.
Aye,
and they're,
but
like, weird
that's
games.
more refined. This is like it looks animated. It's not very like realistic or whatever. It's just a wee animated game with a duck. You've got your wee ducklings in a family, and you can just do.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's called a waddleful life because obviously waddle, right? I'm gonna buy it. It's on my wish list, but
How much is it?
fucking 12,
Cheap.
10, 12 pounds, cheap.
Nah.
It's like 10 or 12 pounds or something, right?
I'm glad you called it that. Then.
I did, but mate, it's getting like people are talking about it everywhere, YouTube, like TikTok, everything.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's what I found it, and so many people have got it in their wish list, and it's like
Man,
that is
wait.
a game that is fairly simple probably to
Man,
make,
wait.
and it's going to sell hundreds of thousands of copies probably.
So I've been recently, obviously, doing the platinum grind. Remember last week on trying to get platinum trophies on
Yeah.
my games, right? So I'm actually going to start talking about this on the podcast as I go, like
Yeah.
as I'm progressing through this. So I changed it from 20 to now. Well, the list is like 35 games, but let's just aim for 24, 2 a month.
Put it up.
Oh, it's huge.
Because
man.
you've smashed 6 and fucking since we've done the last podcast.
Yeah, so this is where I was going. So I've done 6 of them so far. Obviously, a couple of them were pretty, like they were sort of 78% already. So like, I could just sort of tidy them up. So I'll go through what I've done, and we'll actually put it on the screen. So first one I've done was the remaster of Ratchet and Clank for PS5, which was like it wasn't fully a remaster. It was like the story was very similar, but they made a new game.
Is that platinum you got? Yeah.
Platinumed. So I did that. I just had to tidy it up, to be honest.
Okay.
Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, which was a newer one that they brought out.
What are the achievements actually called? Do you remember?
Trophies.
Just platinum trophy.
Platinum Trophy.
Alright.
They've all got names. Watch. Actually, I'll tell you, right?
Yeah.
Watch this, right? I've got my PS on my phone, and I'll tell you what the Platinums are called, because they all have a name for each game, right?
Yeah.
So let's find the first one, right? So, because I'm a fucking phone, so this is going to be a wee bit harder. But here's one, right? So Rift Apart, Platinum's called Master of the Multiverse, right? So I did that, and obviously that requires me to do, I'll tell you, 47 trophies, one of them being the Platinum. So you had to get 46 other trophies, and you've done.
So 46 done unlocks that one.
46 done unlocks the Platinum, right? Then I've got, what other ones have we got in here? We've got fucking hundreds of games in here, and I'm now working on that many. The list has got so big. That's my problem. I actually can't physically do like the list is now so big. I'm like, shit, like I've overshot.
Yeah.
So like this one's just called Ratchet and Clank, but this is the PlayStation 5 regamed, or PlayStation 4 regamed, or whatever it was, right? This is called the Hero of Heroes.
Nice.
Right?
Nice.
The Hero of Heroes. Right?
Nice.
That was also 47, and I've earned 47,
okay.
so 46 other trophies, right? So following that, I had Lego Marvel Superheroes, I think was my next one I did. Lego Marvel Superheroes 1, which, let me find it for you. Yes. So the top one was called, have you ever tried shawarma? Right? Was the Platinum.
Why?
This one had 46, it was a reference to the Avengers film.
We won.
All right, hey. All right, good job, guys. Let's just not come in tomorrow. Let's just take a day. You ever tried shawarma? There's a shawarma joint about 2 blocks from here. I don't know what it is, but I want to try it.
We're not finished yet.
All right.
So this one had 46 trophies. I'd obviously one being the Platinum, so I've done 45, got the 46. A lot of them though are like complete the missions, right? But then there's other ones like it'll be like collect all X-Men characters, collect. So basically what it wants you to do overall is complete the game to 100%, all collectibles, all characters, etc. Then there'll be ones that are like weird, that are like one here is called like Menace of Magneto. Drive to the Baxter building, which is the Fantastic Four building, as Magneto in the Magneto-mobile. Like shit like that. Like it's weird things that you would have to do, specifically go out your way to do. So like one's like be Colossus, the big metal guy, and throw Wolverine, and it's called Fastball Special and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like it's sort of like weird, like shit like that. Like you get little ones that will maybe reference to like the films or whatever. Like that's how it is. So that's a Platinum. So that was 3 I did. But again, these 3 I just needed to tidy up. So they were fairly, it wasn't the full game. Probably 20 hours, 30 hours into the full game to do them. So I was already obviously X amount of hours deep.
Yeah.
Say I had like 40 and I just had to get 6 to go or whatever. Like
Yeah,
so I'm already
so
78%.
yeah.
So I've tidied them all up
It's
first.
like achievements that you didn't necessarily want to complete back then, but
Exactly,
you've
but
progressed.
now I'm
so
on it. I just thought,
added
you know
to it.
what? Let's just clear them up, right?
Yeah.
So I've done them. The next one I got was Helldivers 2, which I was talking about last week. So got Helldivers 2. I'll tell you exactly what the Platinum's called. The epitome of Super Earth.
Wow.
Helldivers 2 is a wee bit of grind, I'm going to be honest, considering I only started this year.
Yeah.
Literally.
You did, yeah.
Well, the very end of last year, so basically this
Yeah.
year, right? This one took a bit. I had 39 trophies. I've now played something like 60 hours on the game. 55 hours.
To be
or something.
honest, 50, 60 hours, that's impressive to achieve a Platinum with that amount of hours.
Yeah, because some games are 200-300 hours. Like
Literally.
Phasmo, we just spoke about Phasmophobia earlier. And like I was speaking to some of the trophies, Chris, and he was like, I've done 140 odd hours or whatever.
I'm 140 deep.
and he's like, I'm not even near that.
No.
So like, so some can be huge. Skyrim's massive.
Do you know what game I would like you to try and Platinum, and I'd be very impressed? GTA San Andreas. Because,
I wonder what the trophies are on San
well,
Andreas.
what comes to it is you need to find all the horseshoes.
Oh,
You need to find all the
grindy.
collectible. You need to find all the snapshots in San Fierro, which is there's 50 of
Massive.
those.
That is
There's 100 horseshoes around the whole map, and
I
San
know.
Andreas is
I know,
the
that's
biggest map
long.
of any GTA.
That's long.
Loads of things, mate. Fucking horseshoes, and you've also got the clams as well.
Yeah, they're grinds. They're forevers. They would take you ages. They would take you over 100 hours. They would take you like 200 hours to do. I reckon you could do it in 100 hours.
I've
if you were.
completed San Andreas multiple. Like I've lost count how many times,
I reckon if you were.
but I've never found. I've never completed 100% where because that comes.
Yeah.
But I've completed the missions and all that.
See,
and
if you
the
were
side missions and
specifically
shit,
trophy
but
hunting,
you would have to do it all.
I think you could do it in 100 hours.
If you just speedrun the whole thing, yeah.
So I think you're battering through the missions, you're battering through everything after that, you're buying all the shit,
You could do it all in one day. It's just you would need to literally start, like, wake up fucking 8 o'clock in the morning and just smash it out for the whole day. Because you can complete the campaign.
yeah, what
in
is
a
it
day.
about? Yeah,
104 missions.
so you're probably a good 10, 15, 20 hours, maybe.
104 missions. But some of the missions are very easy. Bless you.
Sorry.
Some of them are quite easy. Some of them are a fucking pain.
That's what I'm saying.
So I need to do them again and
So,
again.
but
and
what
again.
I'm saying is that you've then probably got, then to do all the collectibles, I reckon you're 100-hour deep.
Yeah.
To finish the game 100%, 100-hour deep.
Yeah.
So following that, sorry, to get back to it,
Yeah, that's
following that, I did Lego The Incredibles. Because again, I play all the Lego games with my daughter, so we have started some of them and not finished others. So it's Showtime,
Nice.
right?
At that pole. Let's go.
Mate, badass. So, because there was like a trophy I was missing. It was called Where's My Super Suit, which I was dying. So did that, but I had a trophy on that. It was an absolute ball ache, and it was basically one of those ones that was like basically Jack, the wee baby's fighting the raccoon,
Right.
and it's one of those like mini games where you've got to hit the button like perfectly, like kind of like they're rolling about and then they'll stop and you've got to push X like that, like it's so fast, like, but you've got to keep pushing it. Like when you used to put your control on the table, you're like,
Yeah.
like that's what it's like. And there's 8 instances of it in succession, and you have to get what's
single
called
one.
incredible each
Right.
time, which is like literally
All right. Okay, I get you.
literally instant and like that.
Yeah.
Right? And I actually had to put my controller down and do it. It was that fast. Like my finger could not move fast enough. I was like, what the fuck is going on? And it was, mate, I had to restart the mission like 15 times. It took me ages
Can
to do.
imagine your fucking soul was
It was the last
Destroyed.
trophy I had to do.
right.
And I was doing it at like, it was getting later at night.
Yeah.
But I felt like I was like, I can't stop because
You'll
I'm
be thinking about it when you go.
well, yeah, but also I was like, I'm in the game now. My hand's moving quick. Like I can't. Sometimes you go back to these things and you're miles away.
Yeah.
So I was like, I can't stop now. Like I'm really close because I did one and it was like the 7th instance I failed, and I was like this, right, okay, and then I had to restart it and I was like, right, and the loading screen's so long as well.
Yeah.
It's like a 4-minute loading screen to come out the mission and then 4 minutes to go back in. So I'm sitting there like this.
And you're dying to go to sleep.
And I was like, this is killing me. Like, this is fucking killing me. Right, but finally I got it. See, when I got it, I was literally like up in my bed. I was, yes! I was like, come on! Like, you fucking bastard, right? And then the last one I did was a game I actually only just downloaded because of our mate Jordan. It was on the PlayStation Store for free. Called The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. It was a PC game, right? This is the weirdest game I've ever played in my life. Basically, you are a guy called Stanley. You're in an office. It's very PC. You can feel the movement. The button clicks is like a clicker. Like you have a wee dot and you move it about the screen to click things. It's obviously made for PC.
Yeah.
You brought
it's
onto
been
console.
Optimized for console.
100%, right? So
Yeah.
you start in a wee office with your wee room and you've got a PC in front of you and it's like, and he's got a narrator. So it's like, Stanley realised no one was in the office. So then you have to walk about and he's like, the narrator's telling you where to go. But then when you go off script and go somewhere else, like go a different door or whatever, the narrator's like, and Stanley realised that this wasn't the right way to go, and he quickly turned back and went the right way. And then you keep going and you go like this. Clearly Stanley's not listening today, right? And it's like, it's funny as shit. And then he goes, Stanley's standing on the edge of this staircase. Don't fall, Stanley. Like, and then you can just push him off the edge and like, you just die. And all that sort of, there's something like mental, like, what was it Jordan said to me? 42 endings or something. 42 different endings.
Okay, I like that.
But no objective, no anything. So to find them, you actually have to fuck about with the game for ages. But the trophies on this, my boy, there's 12 trophies on this. That's actually nothing. Right. So the platinum's called excellent job following directions. Right?
How sarcastic.
How sarcastic, right? You get a trophy for, it's called Get Your First Trophy. And this is awarded for getting any of the other trophies as your first. Right? Beat the game. So complete Stanley Parable. This takes roughly like 5 to 6 minutes
All right.
to finish it once. And then you just restart back where you were again. But the narrator remembers
Right. Okay.
So the narrator's like, somehow he's back in his office, and you just keep going round, right? So shit's happening, and it's repeating, and you're like, where am I? Right? It fucking is crazy, right? It fucks with your mind a wee bit. Then you've got this one called Test Trophy. Please ignore. And this was a gimmick to when this game was released. They left the Test Trophy in the game by mistake.
That's an Easter egg.
You couldn't get it in the first game.
Right.
So you couldn't get in the original. You couldn't get it because it was a test. So there was no way of getting it. They were supposed to take it out because it was kind of just make sure that trophy was popping up at the
Are
right
you
time.
able to obtain it now?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they brought the Ultra Deluxe version out for consoles and redid it for PC.
Right. With that available.
Mate, this took me about 3 hours to get.
All right.
You have to go through this massive thing. So you go through about 6 endings, then you go into this, then a door changes and you don't notice because all the doors are numbered for the different employees. And it says new content on the door. And you're like, what a minute. As you're walking down a corridor, so the door's ajar. And you're like, so you go in and you end up in this other whole different place. And then you're like, okay, right? And then you go and you find this machine called the Test Trophy machine. You pull it, not working. Okay. Fuck off, right? So then you're raging anyway because you're already there. Then you get you're then going round and you're looking at it and the narrator's talking all this shit. He's like, I've designed all this thing called Stanley Parable 2. How about that? Blah, blah. And it's all this weird fucking paradox shit. And he's talking about are you even alive? And all that weird stuff, right? Then you come out of that, you restart a game again. Then you have to go through all this other thing to find collectibles. 6 mini Stanleys. So you find all them, right? Then you go back again. You restart the game again. And then you're going back through again. And then you find another new content room. And then you go into that. And then it's this is more new content. And then he's like, this is a skip button. You hit the skip button 40 times. The building's disintegrated around you and you're in the desert because you've fast forwarded into the future and the narrator's disappeared.
Right.
So you're now in the desert. So you start walking, no direction, doesn't matter. It's invisible. Then you keep walking, then you find another building, then you go inside. That's what I mean. So it just goes off the fucking rails. Whoever making this was off the fucking rails. Mate, they were hammered, bro. I promise you now. They were like, what's going on? Right?
Smoking crack.
Mate. Oh my God. Oh my God, right? And then you keep going. Eventually you get this trophy.
Okay.
It's to the level where you're it's actually pause the game, come out the game, quit the game, come back in, go into the game again. It will come up with,
have some tea, go for a nap.
Oh my God. And then the narrator makes you do the mission, then do the mission in reverse, go back the way, and then do the mission forwards, then do the mission in reverse again. And you're like this.
I'd lose it.
You're like,
I
big
don't
man.
have that patience.
You're like, big man, stop. Tell me to do things.
Relax.
Stop.
Stop
right?
it now.
So it gets hard, right? Then I've got one that's welcome back. Quit the game and start again. Right. And then you've got, you can't jump. No, seriously. We disabled it. So this is just push the X button 5 times to try and jump, and it doesn't jump, and you get the trophy straight away. So then the next trophy, right, is called right?
Sounds like my BMW to start
right? And then, and basically, literally the description for this trophy is, I don't want to, listen, don't guess it. Right? And I'll tell you what you have to do, right? So there's a keypad in the game.
Let me, wait, you need to press.
Exactly what you have to do, right? You just have to go, and you get the trophy.
Right.
So that's how it works, right? Then the next one's, click on door 430 5 times. Now this might sound easy, because door 430 is just basic, click X on 5 times. But you do that, and the narrator comes back to you and he goes, seems too easy for you. Click it 25 times.
Right, okay.
Then he goes, click it 100 times. And then he goes, go and click door 417 25 times. And then you're like this, right? And then you have to run about doing all this shit. He's like, stand on top of the photocopier.
I would lose it.
And he's like, now click the photocopier 10 times. Stand on this desk. Come off the desk. Then he says, click door 435 times. You get it. That's what you get. Nippy, right? Then I've got complete the Stanley Parable in under 4 minutes 22 seconds.
You can't even do that piss in that
thing. Speed run. It's fucking took me a couple of shots. You've got to be perfect, because at the end of one of the endings, it's like you turn off this machine and then this big door starts opening from the top down. So you can't get out till it's
right down.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
You need to make it to this door just before 3 minutes.
Right.
from the start of the game.
Because it takes the amount of time to open.
Yeah. So you need to finish the entire game in like 2 minutes 58. Bang,
Right.
hit the button, door starts opening. My brother, it takes a minute and 16 seconds for the door to open.
But can you not like? So can you, while the door's opening, can you not just tie up the last bits?
No, because it's just a speed run through the game. So once you're out the door, you finish game.
Right. Okay.
So you have to wait, and you're like, and the your timer's going, and you're like,
Hurry up. Yeah.
right? I did it, and I was fast as shit in 4:18,
Right.
and it's 4:22 to do it, and it took me a long time. It's
To
hard as
achieve that,
shit.
yeah.
Hard, not a long
Okay.
time, but a good few runs, right? The next one is settings world champion. You have to go in the pause menu, set every setting slider to every available possible number.
Right.
So I'm talking like brightness, and you can't hold the button because it jumps.
Right.
You have to tap the button.
Oh my God.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all the way up.
Do
But
you know what you've done? Right. Is you've put me off this game.
then there's ones that like you open a certain thing that's like invert something, and then it opens up 3 more fucking sliders, and you're like, oh my God, right? But there's one that goes up to something like 1,000,
Oh, right. Okay.
right? So you're like this, and it is fucking hell, man. It is an absolute mission. I was raging when I was doing it. I was like, this is doing my head in, right?
Horrible.
The next one is these. So there's last two, right? And I was saving these for last because they're that weird. Super go outside. Don't play the game for 10 years.
Like
Real time.
real time 10 years. So you're supposed to leave the game and come and remember to come back to it in 10 years' time.
Yeah.
Right.
And then when you go on, you'll get it.
And that's part of the platinum.
Yeah.
So you can't complete it for the next 10 years.
I've done it.
How did you do
The
it?
good thing is with PlayStation is clown level behavior. So I just turned my internet off, right? This is going to sound terrible. I just turned my
I know what
internet
you've
off,
done.
right?
I know what you've done.
Closed the game, turned my internet off, moved my clock 11 years in the future, manually, opened the game back up. Trophy.
You
Moved
smelly bastard. Sometimes worked so hard to make that game and you just
Smoked it.
nah, fuck you.
There's a harder one though, bro. This is the last one, right? I don't even remember if I've talked about this or not. I don't think so. Because I've been mentioning this to everyone I've spoken to. So this one's called Commitment. Play the game for the entire duration of a Tuesday. Now, there's some parameters in this one.
Okay.
You can't pause the game. You can't turn off the console. You can't put the console on rest mode. You can't do anything. You have to be in the game, controller on, everything, for
24 hours.
24 hours of your day. You can't skip time. You can't do anything. You must be in the game.
I did that before when I was like 14. Probably 48 to 36 hours non-stop.
I did it.
But that sounds ridiculous.
I did it, and I'll tell you how I did it. I literally played the game just as casual.
No, you didn't. You left that shit on fucking
No, so I did. That's what I'm saying. So I played the game casual, right? Did all the rest
right.
in one sitting. So I probably played a couple hours, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then I was like, right, I'm gonna have to leave this, because what I did was, before I did that, was I set the timer to like 2:58 to 11:58 on a Monday night. Turned off my internet again, right? And put the game on. Played for a couple hours. Turned off. Or never turned off, sorry. Stopped playing, but left it on. Left my guy just standing in the office. Just boom, turned my telly off. Whole PlayStation's on. Doesn't go into rest mode. I've turned all that setting off and everything.
Right.
Just sat.
Aye, but did your controller not turn off?
I put it on charge and push the turn off control setting off. So it just stays on forever.
Okay.
Sat for 23 hours, 22 hours or whatever, 21 hours. More that I had to do.
Yeah.
And I did it. And then I went back after about 20 hours. I still had 2 hours to go.
You do realise, right?
And I played the game.
Unless someone's figured, well, people would have figured this out, like to do especially the 10 years one.
Yeah.
But if they haven't, you would be the only one in the world to have the platinum.
So let me tell you something.
achievement.
There's a percentage of people that have done it.
0.001.
So the one that's the entire duration of the Tuesday is 1.5% of people
What
that
about 10 years?
ever played it have done it. And the outside one's actually much easier, 7.6.
Alright.
Yeah. The only other one I can imagine will be quite hard is... It's because the Tuesday one's a pain in the fucking arse. Everyone's done them all, bar that one.
Right.
Yeah. Literally, that's it. So it's... Yeah, so the Tuesday one's the hardest at 1.5%.
Okay.
Other than the Platinum at 1.4%. So there you go. So I've done the Stanley Powerball. That was Platinum number 6, right? Okay. Currently working on. Obviously, the list is now ginormous. Currently working on Stranded Deep. I know you've played that.
Yeah, I love that game.
Brilliant game. Playing it co-op with Jordan at the moment. No Man's Sky, which just to let everyone know, Chris hasn't bought yet. Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga, working my way through. I'm 73 hours deep. 56% or something.
Right, okay.
Like, Jesus fuck.
Graft.
And the other one I'm already 83% deep in is Destroy All Humans 2. So there's the 4. So that'll be 10. Okay, so we're at 6. Ratchet and Clank Nexus, Lego Marvel Superheroes, Lego The Incredibles, Stanley Parable, and what's the other one, guys? I forgot it. I'm gonna have to look again.
Stranded Deep.
Nah, I've not done Stranded Deep yet.
Alright, okay.
What's the other Platinum? Helldivers 2. Helldivers 2. Let's dive. So so that's where we're at. So there's 6, and we'll count them at the bottom corner somewhere. The other 4, they're my next. I'm working on. I'm feeling, obviously I'm going to take a break for the Call of Duty thing.
Yeah.
When that map comes out and all that, but I'll be trying to work on these other 4, so that's like 10. So if I was doing 2 a month, I'm moving.
Yeah.
I'm 5 months deep, bro. Like, I'm to the end of the end of May.
Yeah. Nah, you're flowing.
Yeah, so I'm flying, but the problem is the next games, and this is what I'm getting on it, are like Assassin's Creeds and that, massive.
Oh, they take fucking months to
Forever. So like they're all on my list, and this is where I was going to nip to prior to just that following this. I was going to show you this trailer. So there's a new Assassin's Creed coming out. Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Okay.
We'll put this trailer on the screen.
Yeah,
but we'll watch it here. And this is in Japan.
It's
right?
Japan.
16th century Japan. Wait a minute. Let me just... So, Japan, 16th century, samurais, all that sort of shit. Very cool. Looks very cool. Looks even more like the old school ones. Which is cool. You get 2 players. So 2 like heroes. This is one of them. She's like a sort of like more agile, stealthy sort of hero. She uses like the big thing, the spinning rope, came with the knights on it and all that. Uses all that sort of stuff. Then you got a big guy who's like in samurai armor. He can hit all the big heavy weapons, big samurai swords and all that, cut people in half. But it looks, graphics are good. Gameplay looks really good. I've watched lots of gameplay.
When's it out?
It's out in it's either end of February or start of March.
Alright.
So I want to platinum this as well. I've got Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood, Revelations, 3, Black Flag, Origins, Odyssey, Valhalla, and this. That's 9. How cool. How cool is it?
It looks amazing.
I mean, I love that whole thing. Like, it's just badass.
Who knows nothing of the sea? The ocean's filled with new ships, but they all come from the same river.
There's a samurai guy. He's huge. But they've even changed it so, like, if you're him, enemies are more intimidated.
Right.
Like, to fight you because you're massive. Whereas with a girl, they're more aggressive, so they come faster.
Yep.
Serious. Serious. This whole thing looks class.
Will you continue down that river?
Choose another path beyond what we see.
Or choose another path beyond what we see?
Oh man.
And we must look
Look
for
at
it together. together.
So it's gonna be like GTA when you can switch between characters.
Yeah.
Right.
Unreal Engine 5, I think.
Right.
We must learn to trust. Rebuild.
It looks like it.
Very smooth, bro.
We must learn to trust.
And follow the blade.
Rebuild.
Cool, eh?
And follow the blade.
I like that there's two characters in it. I like that. The guy you shot at both. I think there'll be set missions for each though as well.
Yeah.
I get a feeling. He's massive, eh? Big beast. Totally different vibe, eh?
Yeah.
I said, peace up.
This isn't looking ideal for you, bud.
Shadows.
That's the light.
We are the shadows.
That serves the light.
Fine. Wait, there you go. Oh. No, wait.
It's already out.
No, it's not. They've changed it. It's
Oh,
been
the
pushed
delayed,
back. It
right,
got
okay.
delayed. Aye, I got delayed.
Fair.
Sorry, that says November. It's not.
Yeah,
It's
right.
end. I think it's Feb.
It got delayed. Right. Okay.
Got delayed.
fair.
So yeah, it looks good. I would personally, I would say, very good.
I might get it.
I doubt it, but I'm going to get it.
It looks cool.
It does look cool.
I've never played a single of Assassin's Creed games.
Shoot me now.
I've had a shot, but I've never owned one.
Shoot me
Never,
now.
you know,
Are you alright?
never played Skyrim either. Or
You played like 3 games: Phasmo, San
No,
Andreas, and like one other.
I've got a decent variety of games on my computer.
I wouldn't say a variety.
No, I've got a decent.
I would say you've got a decent amount.
Okay, yeah.
I wouldn't push for variety.
Right. Okay.
As the way you say that is, people are going to be like this. Oh, it's got something of everything, eh?
I've got a lot of horror games. I've got a lot of racing ones, a lot of shooters, a lot of simulators, adventure. Yes, I've got some adventure games.
Name 3.
Okay, GTA 5.
That doesn't count.
How?
No GTAs.
Okay.
Name 3. Everyone's got GTA.
Right. Okay. Mafia.
People that don't even like
Right,
games.
Mafia.
You had to choose the game that was like GTA. My God, man. They're not adventure.
Wait. I've got Steam on my phone. Hold on.
They're not adventure games.
They're adventure.
They're not.
Okay. They're action, but
They're action games.
library.
I want you to tell me what an adventure game that you've got.
Sort by. Wait there
Have you got an RPG game?
now. Probably. Aye. Hold on.
Guys, we're going to be here a while because this man is going to be looking for days, bro. You're not going to pull one out.
So anyway, what's next?
Shocker. I knew you were going to say that. You can't say you've got a large variety on here. They're going to be like this. Shut up, tomatoes. Fucking shut up. I'll give you a due. You've got a lot of role-playing games, a lot of horrors, for sure.
Yeah. A lot of simulators and shit like that. Yeah.
Shooters, I wouldn't even put you as a lot of shooters. I'd say you've got some shooters.
I've got like 2 that I play
Fortnite,
actively.
COD.
Fortnite and COD, yeah.
Yeah, so you've got the average amount of shooters.
Yeah. Because there's still all of the same shit. Like, see people that play like Counter-Strike. They're like hardcore shooters.
Yeah, hard game.
Counter-Strike is like hard. The people play it on like the lowest settings just so they get the maximum frames per second and shit like that. They don't care about quality. They just want to be like meticulous and shit. Justin plays it. He's got over 1,000 hours on it. It's mental. Like hardcore shit,
Yeah.
right? Whereas I'm like COD, Fortnite's cool. And
I'm not a large Fortnite fan, but
I never used to be. It's only like this year. Well, last year really.
Yeah.
Like end of last year that I kind of got into it more. You okay there?
yeah, it's
Alright.
just adjusting to listen to the
yes.
nonsense you're doing.
All right. Okay.
Uh,
I've been listening to yours for
you've
the past
got
45
well,
minutes. So.
that's true. You've got something else to talk about though.
Oh, yeah,
Slightly
so,
off topic.
Yeah, slightly off topic. I have been. Fuck, what's the word? I had the word. Consumed. I have been consumed by a new genre of TV, movies, and music as well.
This might shock everyone because he doesn't watch anything either.
Okay, so 50s Italian mafia shit. Like 50s, 60s.
Do you know what?
Right?
When you said 50s originally to me,
You thought I was going to say 50 Cent or something?
no, I didn't. I wasn't that low down the critical. But I was like, I don't think this guy likes 50s films. And then when you said mafia shit, I was like, should have known.
No, so they're not movies.
Now
that
he's
were,
just watching Power from the 50s.
No,
And-
they're not movies that were made in the 50s. They're
no,
movies
but
that
50s set.
they're set in the 50s, yeah. But most of them were made in the 90s or like early 2000s, right?
Have you watched The Godfather?
Yes, I have. But my favourite one is so far is The Bronx Tale.
Okay.
Have you watched that? Robert De Niro.
If I have, it would have been a long time ago.
Yeah, that's a really cool one. It's basically tells a story of how a young kid is obviously in the Bronx, right? Italians everywhere, like mobs and shit like that, right?
Yep.
And it tells a story. So Robert De Niro, he's a working guy. He's a bus driver, right? But he lives on the same block as this other guy who is like the boss of a crime family, right? And so Robert De Niro's kid is always kicking about like on the wee stair outside the apartments they live at, right? And he always sees this guy. And there was one time there was a murder right outside because some guy was being fucking cheeky. So that mobster came over and just shot him clean in the face right in front of everybody.
Okay.
Police came down and everything like that, and everyone's like being arrested. They're all standing in like this line, and because the little kid's seen what happened because he was there, he gets brought down. The police come up, bring him down, and he gets the kid to like identify who was the shooter. And he's going one by one for these guys, and he gets to the actual the mob guy, like the boss, and he looks at him. He goes, "Is this the guy who shot blah?" And he goes, "Nah." Just says no to everybody. Like doesn't snitch at all, right?
Good.
And he goes away, and then he's like, his dad's like, "Right, let's fucking go. Like I'm sick of this blah blah." He didn't see anything, all this shit, and he goes, "Dad, did I do the right thing?" Like in the house later in private, and he says, "Once you get older, you'll understand why you did the right thing. It's the wrong thing,
obviously,
to lie, but you did the right thing there." Anyway, fast forwards a wee bit, and he gets older, and he's in that guy's crew, right? He starts making money with him and like doing all sorts of shit. Basically, that mobster kind of takes him under his wing a wee bit, and him and his dad clash as well. Like the boss guy clashes with the dad.
I've seen it, I think.
You've maybe either seen
Because Robert De Niro goes down and he's raging at the guys and
That's
leave my
right.
son alone in
That's right. That's the movie.
when they're playing poker or
That's
whatever
right.
in the yeah.
That's exactly
I've
the
seen
movie.
it.
He doesn't want the money. He
He's like,
slams
stay
the
away.
money.
He's like, I keep my money. He's like, stay away from my son.
That's
and that.
exactly it.
And then the mobster's like, no.
Exactly.
And he's like, what are you going to do about it, realistically?
That's
yeah,
right.
I've seen
That's right. So that movie there, right? So I've seen a lot of stuff, and I've started watching Sopranos as well.
Yeah,
Right.
good.
I'm loving it. It's fucking amazing. I know it's ancient, and everybody's probably seen it, but
Long time
it's
ago, yeah.
really, really good. And because of all those movies mainly, there's a lot of soundtrack in them from like 50s and like all that kind of Italian singers and that kind of stuff, right? So I actually, the more movies I watch, the more songs I've like found. So I just started a fucking new playlist on my Spotify called 50s.
Cool.
And I've just started adding them into that playlist. And mate, I've got like 70 songs in there so far. And
That's
I've been listening. It's like, who the fuck would ever listen to this? Like in our generation, right? But it's actually like really good music because it's like it's not fake. It's not. It's just like Frank Sinatra. Guy who just has a microphone. There's no auto tune. There's no whatever. Like it just sounds good.
Sometimes without a microphone.
Live. But it's just stuff like that, and I'm like, this is great. This actually sounds really
I
good.
like all that stuff.
So yeah, no, I was just gonna talk about that because I just found it really fucking interesting. And then I was watching all this shit, and I was like, this is the most like all this like Crips and Bloods shit. That's cool. Like that's all interesting as well to me. Right, I've watched a lot of stuff on that, but then you watch these guys, and you're like, nah, these are the real gangsters. This is the real shit right here. The way they operate, the way they do things, and that. And it's like you get gangsters here in like Compton or whatever, but it's just street shit, right? Whereas in these movies, it's almost like gangs, but with a level of sophistication and elegance to it. Because
Yeah.
the way they wear the clothes they wear, the way they talk, the way they act, the way it's just very like all so calculated and clever, and just so like gentlemanish, really.
Yeah.
And I like that shit. I like watching that shit as well. So I really fucking enjoyed that. I thought it was great. So I'm hoping they bring out more movies like these days. Like you had these movies recently, well, not recently, but kind of, which was like The Irishman, for example. That was a very good movie.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen that. I had to watch that in 2 parts because it was about 14 hours long. And there was another one, but I cannot remember the name of it. That was really good as well. And there was a movie called The Green Mile, maybe? I can't remember, but it's
The Green Mile is a film.
yeah, but it's nothing to do with the Italian mobsters or anything. I'm spiraling off here, but
I know, because I was like, I don't think that's...
it's a period movie still, but it's about a black guy who's quite rich and sophisticated and very posh, and he hires this white guy to be his chauffeur. But it's because it's in the 50s, I think, he gets a lot of slack for it because like he gets pulled over by the police and he's like, shouldn't that be the other way around?
Yeah, because
Right.
it's like back then, that way.
Right.
I was like when I was talking about Elvis the other week.
Literally.
That's
yeah.
it's just because it's not like
And honestly,
normal back there.
What a movie, by the way. Like that I'm spiraled off the subject completely, but that I just remembered that because obviously we're talking about period movies. So that was like around that time as well. So they actually started off as like disagreeing on everything, and they became really good friends after.
Yeah.
And it was like they were having Christmas, and the guy, I think it was the black dude, he came over to his door on Christmas, and everyone's like, what's he doing here? Like, why is this guy here on Christmas Day?
Yep.
And they're all being like, I think if I can remember this right, I think they're all being like quite awkward with him. And then he gets up, he's like, if you didn't like it, you can all fuck off. He's coming in right now, have a seat. Here's the food, like whatever, make yourself at home, blah, blah, blah. Like it's kind of like they defy the
norm. It's like
they defy what's going on by being normal with each other. So it's a nice watch.
I like that.
I might have to actually rewatch that because I'm forgetting bits of it, and I've only seen it once. So I like to rewatch shit.
Yeah. Oh Christ,
you know
we know that.
Yeah.
No, it's nice. Like because back then it's like I was a wee bit fucked up like that. Like whereas
Bro, it was ridiculous.
like the people that actually did stand out and just be like, nah, that's not how this is going to be.
Because that racing shit, it wasn't like everybody was racist, right? It was just a massive majority of people that were.
It was a large majority. They were a very large amount.
Yeah. Whereas you had people that genuinely just wanted to get along despite whatever the colour or
Because it was like a learned behaviour, eh? So like you grew
Well, it all
up.
came up kind of from the slaves, right?
Yeah, you grew up like thinking that.
Yeah.
Hey, do you know what I mean?
You're tired, huh?
Yeah, well, tired. So you grew up, like you were born and you grew thinking like that. Like that's the problem.
Well, you're raised in the environment.
Yeah. So you pick up the environment and you're
literally.
raised in it.
So if you're staying in if you're in Texas and there's Confederate flags everywhere and shit like that,
You're gonna get used to that. Sure.
rednecks and all that kind of shit, bro, you're gonna be a redneck.
Yeah.
Unless you grow up and you learn, hold on.
You want to do the opposite.
wanna do that.
Yeah, because some people do that.
Yeah.
But it's most likely the majority will follow in the path that they're around, what they're surrounded by. And that is just normal.
Like Polish people, we're mostly alcoholic and difficult to be around.
You're both.
Neither of those things.
You're definitely the second one.
I may be the second one a little bit, but I'm not a typical.
Nah.
Stereotypical, I wouldn't say.
No. But
that's
it's
just a
good,
case of
it's good you're
getting-
trying something new.
Yeah. No,
Thank God.
I'm loving the Sopranos right now. Definitely.
Thank God.
I'm still in the first season because there's about 1 million episodes per season, but I'm liking it. It's pretty decent.
Yeah, branch out, man.
Yeah.
Branch out, try different shit. You still need to watch Elvis. Elvis is really good.
I was about to actually watch it.
It's kind of that period, roughly.
Yeah, it is. Because I did see it. I was on
50s.
Netflix scrolling through stuff.
50s, 60s.
I know. And I seen it and I was like, oh yeah, I remember Arran was talking about that and I was going to put it on.
You'd like it. It's all the music is the same as well.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
very...
I didn't put it on because I was eating and I was going to go somewhere after, so I didn't have time for a whole ass movie. So I just put Brooklyn Nine-Nine on to just for the millionth time.
God. Guy could recite Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
I was actually. I was eating and I was like, I was talking whatever the fuck they were saying.
Get me out of here. Yeah, well, that's good. We've established that Chris is going to try something new, and we've established I'm on the platinum hunt, and we are progressing very
Killing
quickly
it.
through it.
So far, this year's been decent. So far,
Yeah.
it's been a good.
I've enjoyed everything so far because
Yeah.
I'm just focusing on what I want to do,
Yeah.
and that's cool.
Yeah.
But other than that, guys, that's us.
Yeah. Thanks for watching.
We'll call it. Thanks for watching.
And thanks for sticking with us. And we'll catch you on the next one in about a week's time.
Yeah, and next Sunday, yeah.
Yeah. Take care.
Catch it.
See you
Peace.
later on.